It's DJ Stacy. I figure since you've contacted me, you're probably shopping for a DJ. And one of the first things everybody does is they Google, how do I interview a DJ? What questions do I ask a DJ? You'll print off those 10 questions from brides.com and you'll have that phone call, and unfortunately, you'll miss a lot of really important things that you want to ask a DJ in the shopping process, because those other lists online are not written by DJs. They're written by bloggers and stuff like that. So here are 10 critical questions that brides and grooms fail consistently to ask wedding DJs during the shopping process. If you're planning a corporate event or a private party, this will still be pretty helpful for you, but it is geared specifically towards weddings. So let's jump right in. Number 1, will you be beat matching at my event? Okay, you want to make sure this DJ is actually going to be DJing. There are a lot of newfangled DJ software programs out there today, some of them that are even free, that are going to auto fade the songs and stuff like that. And they're going to give 90% of the appearance that you have a professional DJ working for you, but you're paying that bill. So you want to make sure you're getting your money's worth and your DJ is actually going to be live mixing or beat matching at your event. Great follow-up question. Can I hear a sample mix? Any professional DJ that actually live mixes is going to have either a Mixcloud or a SoundCloud page that they can refer you to listen to some of their mixes. If they have any live mixes, even better. Question number 2. Do you have an omnidirectional lapel mic for my officiant? The reason this is so important is because during your wedding, you're going to be repeating back vows, you're going to be saying things when you exchange the rings, you might have even written letters to one another. None of that stuff is going to be heard if you have a traditional handheld corded or cordless mic. You're going to need a lapel mic that's omnidirectional. The reason that's important is so that your guests, like I said, can actually hear the entire ceremony, which includes the two of you saying whatever you're going to say, not just the officiant. A traditional microphone is just going to pick up what's right in front of it. So if I'm holding a regular microphone, it's just getting me. And anyone standing over here is not going to be amplified at all. Another great thing about the omnidirectional lapel mic is that you don't have to deal with that black, metal, ugly microphone stand in any of your wedding pictures, and your officiant can be hands-free, so when they need to touch the rings or flip a page in their book, they can do that. Question number 3. Are you a self-taught DJ? Are you a self-taught MC? The reason these are important is because I would say the vast majority of mobile DJs are not. If they've got a certain amount of experience, then they've, presumably learned the right ways to do things by doing things the hard way instead of the easy way, just going to a DJ school or something like that. But there are academies, there are online programs, there are a lot of things that someone can do if they're really a professional and they're dedicated to learning the proper fundamentals of whatever it is that they're doing. Not only are there emceeing workshops and seminars and conferences and things like that, but there are actually wedding MC, workshops that are dedicated to just weddings, not just, emceeing in general. So if you've got somebody that has some of that training, big thumbs up, okay? Number 4, where do you get your music? The reason this is important, aside from any ethical or legal issues, is because music that's ripped off of YouTube or, I don't know, BitTorrent or something, those songs are not high quality. Each time a song gets condensed and condensed and condensed and passed around like that, or made so that it's easily downloadable, like the ones you would rip off of YouTube, the bit rate is just cut down to nothing, which means the finer points of the song are going to be missed. So you want a DJ that's getting their music not necessarily from Amazon or iTunes, but from places like DJ pools. Not that there's anything wrong with music from Amazon or iTunes, but If the DJ is not a member of a DJ pool, this pretty much tells you that the beat matching or the mixing is not going to be as good because Amazon and iTunes only sell radio edits of songs. If you want DJ edits of songs, you have to get them in DJ pools. You have to pay a monthly fee to be a member of these pools. So the DJ pools have songs that have long instrumental intros, long instrumental outros, remixes, clean versions, you know, stuff that's going to make your party sound way better. It's kind of the basic bricks of the DJ trade. So if they're not a member of a DJ pool, you know, kind of red flag. Question number 5, what backup equipment do you have? A lot of people will ask me if I have any. They don't really go into any further detail. So maybe I'm like, yeah, I have it. It's at home in my storage room. I haven't touched it in 5 years. Got a big sheet over it. Well, are you going to be bringing the equipment? Is the equipment going to be sort of right there, ready to go, or is it out in your car? What most DJs are going to tell you that they have for their backup equipment is what we call a duplicate system. And basically that means that, for example, I have 2 speakers plugged in, but I can successfully handle your event with just this one, but I've brought 2 in case anything should happen. So it's not like, here's 2 speakers and out in the car I have 2 more. For most events, it's probably overkill. So, like another example, let's say we have corded microphones for your toasts. Batteries die and the DJ for some reason doesn't have any extra batteries, then they presumably have the corded mic, which would be an example of a duplicate system backup, rather than having a whole separate set of corded mics out in the car. Okay, so when you ask about the backup equipment, they're most likely going to explain that they have what we call a duplicate system, which is pretty standard. Question number 6. Can I see an unedited clip of you emceeing a wedding? You probably want to ask for a clip of them doing a grand entrance, because that's when people's monster truck announcer voices come out, you know, and now Jan and Bob, you know, okay, whoa, you're scaring my grandmother. Or their fake radio announcer voices. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for coming to Bob and Jan's wedding. And then they go back to talking like a normal person as soon as the microphone is away from their face. You want to make sure they don't say ladies and gentlemen every 4 or 5 words. The eye contact is good. You like the actual words that they're saying. You know, if they're retelling your love story, are they doing it accurately? Does it sound like they're hitting the high points and getting the crowd involved and people are laughing and stuff like that? But you just want to get an overall feel of what that person is going to sound like at your wedding. I mean, the MC is like the face of your wedding, so make sure you like that face. Test drive. Okay. Question number 7. Can I see a recent outline or timeline that you prepared for a wedding? This is basically going to tell you how prepared this DJ is going to be at your wedding. If what they tell you is, well, I don't actually type anything up, I just have my couples fill out a couple of questionnaires, and then I take those questionnaires with me to the event. Okay, I mean, it's better than nothing, but then you're scrambling through papers all night, like, oh, the cake cutting song was on this page, because right now I'm on the timeline page, and you know, things get lost when it's kind of messy like that. Also, you want to see from this document how detailed they are. For example, are they asking if R-rated songs are okay? I do a lot of weddings where people want that dirty music later on because they want to have a raging party, you know, and they feel like with all the curse words, you know, beeped out, I paid a lot of money for this party. I want my curse words, you know. On the other hand, there's a lot of people that, absolutely not. So it's really important that your DJ gets into that kind of detail. And you're going to see that detail when you ask to look at one of their timelines or scripts. Myself, personally, I actually do a full script for all of the formal announcements during dinner. So you might ask, if you didn't see it on their emceeing video sample, how do you introduce these particular, the first dance, the toasters, and so on, if it's not written out somewhere? What is it I can expect that you would say? Question number 8. What lights will you be setting up on my dance floor? And you probably want to ask if you can see a picture or a video. Yes, they can explain it, but it's just going to be better, you get a better gist of it by actually looking at a video with the lights dimmed and, the actual dancing environment that you can expect at your wedding. Nothing worse than you've done all this planning, you went to the trouble of hiring this person 8 months in advance, and then there you go, flip on the lights to start dancing at your wedding, and it's a wall of strobe lights, and you're horrified. Or it's 2 puny blue spotlights that don't move or flash or create any energy in any kind of a way. So look at the lights, that's part of what you're buying, and see if it's something you like. Can it be customized if you don't like it? Question number 9. One of the hardest things about hiring a DJ is what you really want to know is what kind of music will you play at my event? So people try to sort of hit at that question by asking about what kind of music do you have, what kind of music do you like, but none of those questions are really the same as what music will you play at my event? So question number 9 sort of speaks to that. And question number 9 is, what do you think, based on what I've told you about the music that I want, what do you think would be the first 3 songs or 5 songs that you would play to open my dance floor? This will give you a much better idea. Did you find that the songs they told you were kind of cheesy and played out? Did you feel like, hey, that's super fresh, that sounds really fun, they're everybody favorites, but they're not stale? So we'll get, the 5-year-olds and the 95-year-olds on the dance floor, and, just get an idea as much as you can about the music that you can expect from this DJ. Question number 10, sort of in line with the last one. What kind of music do you know? Again, a lot of times people ask me, what do I have? That's totally irrelevant today, because in 30 seconds, I can download something that I don't have, and most DJs can do that. There's Wi-Fi pretty much everywhere. I actually travel to my events with a hotspot, so what kind of music they have is really irrelevant. You want to ask what kind of music they know. Let me give you an example. I've been in situations where a couple has hired me, contract is signed, money is paid, we're planning the wedding, and I look at that music questionnaire and I'm like, 3 hours of R&B? My R&B knowledge is like 20 minutes, maybe 15, for good quality, like the quality that I would expect from myself, So I'm thinking, this bride's gonna have to totally babysit me. She's gonna have to spoon feed me this playlist, because I don't know that music well enough to play that much of it for 3 hours. And there probably would have been a better DJ for her than me, but nobody bothered to ask about what kind of music I know. So you want to ask what they know. Now, I don't personally walk around listening to a lot of big band music, but I know it very well because I play so much of it at weddings. I've made a point of studying it. You know what I mean? So you want to just ask, what kind of music do they know? And I'm going to throw in one bonus question for you. Okay, this is question 11. Can I see a picture of your setup? Sometimes they call it a rig. Can I see a picture of your setup from an actual wedding? Now, what you're trying to get at here is, do they have those tacky, bright orange Home Depot extension cords? You don't want those in your pictures, okay? The cables should be all black. You shouldn't even really see the cables. If you see a table with all these knotted up, nest of cables just hanging down in a messy clump, ugh. You shouldn't even notice any cables except taped to the floor between where the equipment is and the wall outlet. That's really the only thing you should see, and it should be taped. You also want to look for, sometimes DJs will hang promotional banners on the front of their tables, hey, super awesome DJ service. That's going to be a background of all of your first dance pictures. No, you don't want that. Sometimes DJs will have facades that are illuminated. They actually light up, and great if you're going for a strip club atmosphere, but probably not what most of you had in mind for your wedding. Another thing I personally think are kind of eyesores are these things called scrims. Scrims are like spandex covers that go on the bottom of a speaker stand. They're usually either white or black. The point of these spandex cover things is the DJs can just wad up their cables and shove it under there, so it's less time consuming. But I can't really imagine for myself personally any wedding that I might plan in which I felt spandex went with my motif or my theme in any way. So just ask to see what the setup's going to look like so you can have an idea. And remember, when you look at it, this is going to be in the background of my first dance pictures, maybe of my toasting pictures, of a lot of the different pictures during the wedding. So there you go. You now have a PhD in shopping for a wedding DJ. Hope this was really helpful. Have an awesome wedding and enjoy the planning process.